It's hard to believe it's been 8 years since the A110 first went on sale in Europe. For a lot of that time you couldn't actually buy one officially in Ireland until now, because in 2025 Alpine is building a presence in Ireland, and that coincides with the arrival of the brilliant electric A290 hot hatchback. There is some bad news that I just need to share before we get into the rest of this video. Well, the first is the price, because you're going to pay the goods of €90,000 for one of these. And I know it's not as expensive in some other markets, but this is Ireland, and that's just how it is. If you can get over the price, park that. What's even sadder is that this is going out of production next year, and actually quite early next year as well. But there is some good news, and that's that I'm going to take this petrol Alpine on one last blast through the Wicklow Gap. So let's go. That's it, she bursts into life. That's sport mode, guys. So full disclosure, this has one of my favourite engines of all time, which is the same engine I was in the last Renault Megane RS and the RS Trophy. And there's video evidence on this channel about how much I enjoyed those cars. And that was in that last great era of new generation hot hatchbacks that came to market around 2017, 2018, like the Honda Civic Type R, the Hyundai i30N, there was the Ford Focus RS. Got to drive them all, but I do remember the Renaults. But what I really remember is the engine, how much I enjoyed it. Now, in its basic tune, it's got 252 horsepower. It's a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, 7-speed automatic, paddles behind steering wheel, 320 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. It's a peachy engine. It's really strong. Not quite as fruity as what I remember in terms of the sound it makes, but I just might not be driving it right. I'm not used to driving cars like this anymore, but it can surprise you with its throatiness and its raspiness all the same, particularly when you start it up. I love the noise it makes. You're very low down to the ground, that's all I'll say. And you've got to be in good shape to get in and out of it as well. There's not much space, and there's this little ledge here as well. So I haven't worked out yet how to gracefully get in and out of this car. But look, it's only Thursday, so I might have worked it out by the end of the week, by the time I have to bring this back. This car has been built with the spirit of lightweight. So 96% aluminium. You feel everything in this car. It weighs little over 1.1 tons. So it can absolutely fly when you want to. Very responsive. There's not too much gadgets and gizmos in this. So you basically got a big sport button. You toggle between normal and sport as you wish. There is paddles behind the steering wheel. But there's nothing to distract you. You don't have to go through a multitude of options in the screen. So I like that about it. It's very basic. It's very pure and simple in how it goes around its business too. Just a classic good sports car. It is stiff. Not so much when you're just cruising out on the motorway. You don't feel that. It's actually very comfortable for what it is. But out on a bumpy rural road, you would feel the surface more. But you want your sports car to be stiff. That's part of the experience. You definitely don't want it to be soft and loose and falling around the place in and out of corners. But this is really sharp, responsive, tight through the bends. I've just reached the crest now of the mountain, and we are going down towards Glendalough through the Wicklow Gap. So it's a brilliant driving road, a brilliant testing road. I love this road. The surface is actually very good for a road basically in the middle of nowhere. So fast flowing corners, you can really open it up and enjoy it safely as well, because you can actually see these corners very well and see what's coming. So I love to test cars here. And this just comes alive. I was driving it quite sedately to get here, and then you can just open it up and it is so much fun. In an old-fashioned kind of way these days. Fuel economy can be good as well. So I've seen as low as 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres when I've just been doing a gentle cruise just to get from A to B. But obviously it gets more thirstier the more you open it up and enjoy it. But that's okay. Other than that, just a delightful 2-seat sports car. An absolutely massive list price for the Irish market. Eye-wateringly expensive because of our taxes. It's not as expensive as this in other markets, but it is an enthusiast's car. It's a rich person's car, guys, okay? You got to have means to have a car like this because it's not practical. There's other sports cars that are more practical than it, but it feels special. And the Alpine brand is so unique to Ireland, but the heritage is so strong in Europe. When you look back at the sports cars from the 60s and 70s that have inspired this, it's pure magic the way it looks. It's an absolutely stunning car. Just to actually look at it parked outside your house, I think, might be worth the €90,000. And people respond well to it on the road. They don't hate you. And you feel everything in this car. It is so fabulous. Because in most modern cars these days, you don't feel anything. And that's a great shame. But in a car like this, you feel everything, and that's what makes it great. Practicality is not a strong point, but you don't expect that from a 2-seat sports car, but it's particularly poor in this. Some sports cars do have a little bit more luggage space. So you've got 96 litres here. I've got my filming equipment in there. And you also have 100 litres under the bonnet. And that's because your engine is right here. How beautiful is that? The seats are Highlight, proper bucket seats by Sabelt. And otherwise, it's a car definitely built for drivers. There's not a huge amount of gadgets or gizmos in here, and I'm okay with that. Even the seat, if you want to move it, you're going to have to get your spanner out. Now, you can move it forwards and back, but you can't move it up and down. But I'm getting on okay here all the same. Gorgeous Alpine steering wheel with the paddles. Here's your buttons to select forward and reverse. A big red button for start, stop. And there's not really that much else. You do get a digital driver display and the touchscreen. It is basic, it's not hugely flashy, but I think it's absolutely fine. And this one does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's no wireless smartphone charging. You will have to plug in using an actual old USB-A port. They have put nice leather here on the dashboard. You will find harder plastics in the doors, but a little bit of nice quilting as well that matches the seats. So it's not the last word in luxury, but I think as a driver's car, you'll really appreciate this all the same. There's not a huge amount of luxuries in here. There's not even seat heating or even a reversing camera. The last time I drove this a few years ago, there was a tiny reversing camera, but it was actually pretty crap, quite grainy. So you're probably better off without it. And you do have rear parking sensors. So you should be able to park this car. If you can drive a car like this, you should be able to park it without having a parking camera. So that's all from the cabin of the Alpine A110. I just wanted to bring you on one last drive in this car. Probably won't get to drive one again in this lifetime. It's been great. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.